morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, the final week of June, the final week of needing to see rainbow flags all over the streets. But then again, that's not going to end. Quick one for you here yesterday. Started out here Monday, June 24, 36 trading sessions since we had a minus 1% day. Didn't get it yesterday, although we did visit minus 1%. And was talking about a Green Day do. And go in here just to run through it on the spreadsheet. Very, very risky. Put credit spread. Buy the 54.60, sell the 54.65s. Looking for a close above 54.65. $2 or better. Got a little bit better than that. Got 250. Saying again, early in the morning, QQQ roll down cannot all be absorbed by the down the rut. So make plans on a 54.55 visit intraday. Strong chance we get into the lower 54.50s. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. Then we had the trade. Safe edges. Boom. Pre-order. Talking about how we've had all these green closes after the day after OPEX, June, last year, blah, blah, blah. And again, $2 right after the open, you got $2.50. 5-day moving average busted. You were down to $1, down to 75 cents. Then again, coming on down, the Fridays, $3. As we got up to the highs yesterday, you got $1 on the 55.10, 55.05s. Got our 30-point range, da-da-da-da. Safety. First, if the 0 DTE 54.65, 54.60s, it dropped to 60 cents so far. Money in hand is always smart. Then again, here it is. I come out, being fucking Tim, algo reader. But we are closing green today. QQQ plus 480 gives us more confidence about that. We do not have it. And as I mentioned earlier in one of the other rooms, if NVIDIA loses 120, all bets are off. And that's exactly what happened as the 54.65, 54.60 puts got down to 50 cents. Enough of this. That trade there, the 54.65, 54.60s from 250 down there to 50 cents, got you an 80% return on your money. Had to close the trade. But there again, your 55.10, 55.05s, dollar credit, got you a 25% return on your money, finish full credit. We ended the day down there at 54.47.87. Did not hit minus 1%. Therefore, today is 37 trading sessions without a minus 1% day. Today is 337 trading sessions without a minus 2% day. And I've given my thoughts about this at the very bottom of today's email. QQQ is where it's all coming out of. On this trading session here, back on Thursday last week, where we had 12 sessions without a minus 1% day, you finished the day down minus 1.15%. But you had a minus 2% move intraday. You remember me mentioning this. Yesterday, we finished down minus 1.32%, high to low, intraday. But from the overnight high, you had a minus 1.5% move. So the cracks are showing with the NVIDIA, musical chairs coming to an end, but we're not yet there to that point, and we have some warnings. Right here is your NDX 1 hour. Now, I didn't expand it when I put it on there, but your NDX 1 hour RSI is down at 11.87. Something to be aware of. Your NDX 4 hour, as you can see very clearly, is down to 8.37 as of the close yesterday. And you can see over here very clearly that May 31 low when we got down into the 3s and 4s. And I told everybody, you got to take off your puts because we're oversold, just like we did back in the middle of April when we got extremely oversold. A little bit of a different situation that we got going on here because, again, how much can the Dow, how much can the Russell absorb with the QQQ selling off, and how much can the QQQ bounce as it starts to take advantage of this oversold and the fact that NVIDIA is down nearly 20% in the course of call it 3 or 4 days. So 3 red closes in a row. Again, be very, very warned. We're programmed and we should be very much expecting to see a green close to break this up. Expecting, like I say, expecting because this isn't April. This isn't April where we're just getting a massive sell down, which was very much needed. We're not getting that start of it yet. And these days have been very, very controlled. Down 13 points, down 8 points, down 17 points. The range is still there. When you're going to get that big move, you're going to get that big move projecting when it is due to occur will be an event, a news event. Coincidentally, Thursday night, you have the Donald Trump, Joe Biden debate, and Friday morning, you have the PCE. So put a gun to my head about when to look at this and be honest about minus 1%, even possibly minus 2%, end of the week on Friday, if at all. So bring onto the charts really quick. Again, yesterday, 54.65, had it going there until 3:30. 3:30, that was it. Band-Aid got pulled off. Boom. Finally hit that 54.50. Looking back here at 5 days, it just kept coming down to that, coming down to it, coming down to it. And any crypto trader will look at this and tell you, oh, yeah, this is a falling wedge. This is going to buy a dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Well, your 54.85 continues to be your resistance up here. So above that 54.85 or at that 54.85 is the best place to be taking advantage of getting into zero DTE calls like yesterday. The 55.10, 55.05s, you got $1 credit, they ended up at zero. Another problem I have here is the VIX. While this looks great moving upward, the VIX it can't breathe. It can't breathe above this 1339. And until we get this into the 14s, all we're doing is fucking around. So again, the VIX is a worry. IWM, again, trolling here, 200, 202, 200, 202, 200, 202. That's all that you're getting here, 200, 202. So I don't see the IWM absorbing an enormous amount of QQQ sell-off as we go into the end of this week, into the end of this month, which brings us over here to the QQQ. And the QQQ, we got a little bit of a dip here. And just again, so anybody can see this, boom, 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 resistance, support area, boom. We're right at that threshold area, and you can see the sell down here. Very little structure to it, but obviously with the oversold warnings, it is a level to be warned about that we have reached the first of all first tests. This being this 474, right there, minus 3% from the highs, right on there. Again, big test right here. CPI gap over here, 471, 468. Oversold. Again, got to give this a little bit of room to breathe, and then we'll see whether or not we can get a stronger catalyst going into the end of the week, looking at that 460 area. That leaves us with this, and I move you on over here to the DIA, the Dow Jones. Again, very clean A down from February into March, April. Very clean B up there to that 401. Now from this dip here in May, down to the end of May and this bounce that we've gotten, that 392 was a very strong concern. And now that we've broken up on it, watching this very closely, having the 100 and the 50-day having crossed over bearish over here in the middle of June, whether or not we are getting to that level of, okay, this is enough, the Dow Jones can't take anymore. And as I've shared for you there in your update, your Dow Jones 4-hour is into extreme overbought. So again, something to be concerned about. The dollar trending here, just right in this 105 area, not getting anything yet out of the dollar, nothing out of TLT, just things that are still monitoring. Over here on the Japanese yen, cruising up into this 160 area. A lot of discussion coming out of Japan right now about intervening. Once again, that's what we're looking at here, is a lot of possibilities for things that could be pending. And then you have here your NVIDIA. Your NVIDIA, big move down, nearly 20% from the all-time highs over the course of a couple of days. Filled a couple of gaps, just filled this one from back here at the beginning of June. And now looking at an oversold bounce. And we do have a little bit of a gap here from over the weekend, right there on Monday. So to get a retracement back up to 125, 126 wouldn't be out of the ordinary, wouldn't be something that would be unexpected. But again, bigger, broader picture of where we're at over here with NVIDIA and with all of the musical chairs that are starting to roll over. A lot of people are starting to get a gist of it that the game with NVIDIA is no longer the game that it used to be, and there's a very strong possibility that in the matter of a couple of days, if not weeks, you're going to be looking here in the low 90s. So that's your NVIDIA. Show you here your SMCI, which again, I'm not trying to, don't take trades because you want to try and prove me wrong. Take trades because they're the good trades to take. Somebody mentioned, which I won't name, they getting long on SMCI common shares. Big mistake, man. Ain't going to work. But there again, I'm not your risk manager. So there, that's what you got. You're really looking at a blasé day today again, very much like yesterday. Credit spreads, very much advantage, better than taking on single zero DTE calls and puts. And I'm going to cover tomorrow, which I'm going to spend a little bit of time on today. I'll spend a little bit of time on tomorrow morning. Whether or not playing for this 337 days now, looking for a minus 2% day in the relatively near future, meaning over the course of the next month, call it. How to play it, whether to play it, and how best to take advantage of it, and when best to take advantage of it. Because again, it is going to be one of those things where the catalyst is going to come pre-market, where there's already a very significant move to the downside overnight, and then the rest of it just takes on as we go into the day. Because again, another one that I shared there in the email, which shows you there on top, when you got your big move there on the minus 1% day back in December of 2019, it came from a big bank gap down. So enjoy your day, enjoy your Tuesday, enjoy whatever it is that you decide to eat for lunch today. If you do decide to eat tacos, I highly recommend some very, very, very good hot sauce. And do some jiggy dancing.